Thank you, Mary Rose. Certainly a fitting person to induct me into the International Hall of Fame, considering your history in Cleveland and all its nationalities and our nearly 50 years of friendship. My congratulations to each of my fellow inductees. I think I've been to all the inductions, and when I was in the audience, I'd look up there and I'd say, well, I could be up there. Now that I'm up here, I just hope that I'm worthy enough.
You are.
I thank to the Hansons and people of the International Hall of Fame for this honor. I'd also like to recognize those who helped me along the way, starting with my wife, Kelly, Assistant County Prosecutor, unless she's our children, Vicki, who came all the way from Florida and recently earned her PhD in economics.
Wow.
She has short sleeves on, but she's from Florida. And Dan and his wife, Nicole, they're still here. Danielle and Chris and their daughter Mila, one of the youngest people here today, and David, who they're representing because he feels like he's overworked. And my brothers and sisters, Tommy, Kenny, Alan, and his wife Regina, Ricky and his wife Erin, especially my sister Ginny, who has helped me with everything I and the family does or needs. Let me give her a special thanks. Of course, she's wearing one of my mother Lucy's shawls, so that she'll be here as well. And my parents, Ralph and Lucy, who are both deceased, couldn't set a better example for parents in any generation, in any city. Then, of course, there's my alternate mothers, my West Side mother, Irene Morrow, who has helped me with almost everything, either political or with the nationalities movement or volunteer groups. And without her, the movement wouldn't survive its 60 years that it has. And my East Side mother, Jane Sheets, who I met when I worked at the Board of Revision back in 1980 or 79, who's been a mentor to me for political and civic activities ever since. And my church of over 70 years, 73, but I hate to give away my age. A Lady of Words, founded by immigrants over 130 years ago, and now renewed by immigrants, represented today by a dozen parishioners headed by our pastor, the Irish pastor from the Czech parish who speaks Spanish. It was Cleveland's nationalities that brought me through a successful career, from the various Czech organizations and churches, and especially the Polish Women's Association, their longtime leader, Francis Testny, for getting me elected initially to council. Later it was Cleveland Ethics Community who asked me to run to replace the retiring Ken Senator on the Cleveland School Board to to represent the nationalities. There's a 7-member board, and all the rest are Democrats, and twice, for some reason, they elected me president. I thought it was a punishment.
You were good at it.
And the entire American nationalities movement, the officers, Valerie, who couldn't be here today due to illness, Terry Schmagala, and did Terry make it?
Great job.
Dr. Roos, the Hudaks, Bob Filippi, and my former law partner, Mark Miller, and the entire membership whose support helped me through my 13 years of service as judge till I retired. I'm proud to be president of the Nationalities Movement, a group which was started primarily by people who came to America from oppressive totalitarian governments. They fled Nazi Germany and communist countries behind the Iron Curtain during and after the Second World War. They came here for the religious and personal freedom which provided unmatched opportunity to us due to the guarantees of our Constitution. In an unusual move, the director, Cecil B. DeMille, in the 1956 film The Ten Commandments, came out on stage and spoke to the significance of the story of Moses and Pharaoh. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have an unusual subject, the birth of freedom, the story of Moses. The theme of this picture is whether man ought to be ruled by God's laws or whether they are to be ruled by the whims of a dictator like Ramses. Are men the property of the state or are they free souls under God? The same battle continues throughout the world today." Later, Ronald Reagan noted, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We don't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and passed on, or we will spend our sunset years telling our children's children what it was like in the United States when men were free. So let us not allow others to dictate what our children learn and know of America and history. Let's pass on the lessons of freedom and opportunity of America and its Constitution to our future generations, so we don't have to, again, learn the lessons of our country's founding and the reasons people undertook those hellish trips during and after World War II to come to America." Thank you very much.